This lesson is on angles in a triangle. So let's go over some classifying of the triangles. We have an acute triangle, which says that all three angles are less than 90 degrees. Then we have a right triangle, which says that one of the angles has 90 degrees. And notice that it has this little right angle right here, just like what we did with the angles. So still that applies to the triangle. And we have a third one which says an obtuse angle has one of the angle that is greater than 90 degrees. And each of the triangles add up to 180 degrees. So in an acute triangle, the total angle will add up to 180 degrees. A right triangle, the total angle adds up to 180 degrees. An obtuse angle adds up to 180 degrees. Okay, now let's look at example 1. So if I'm given this triangle, and I know that in one of the angles is 53 degrees right here, and I also know that this angle right here is equal to 58 degrees, I need to figure out is what is this angle right here, okay? So I know that in a triangle, it adds up to 180 degrees. Well, then we also know is the 53 degrees and the 58 degrees together will add up to 111 degrees. So given this information, I can take my triangle, which is 180 degrees, subtract 111 degrees, and that will give me 69 degrees. So the angle right here that is missing right here is equal to 69 degrees. Let's look at example 2. So this triangle right here gives us a 28 degrees. Then also right here, notice that this right here is our right angle, right? And then we're looking for is this piece right here. So even though nothing is written right here, we don't need to find that because we already know that's going to be 90 degrees. So using that information, we're going to go ahead and say a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. I know the 28 and the 90 will add up to 118 degrees. So then from here, I'm going to take those information, subtract it from 180 degrees, and leave me at 62 degrees. The question mark angle right here is equal to 62 degrees. Okay, now let's take it up a notch, and we're going to find the missing angles for angle A, B, and C. So when given these kind of problems, you're asking yourself is what do I know? I know that there is a line right here, and in a line we know it's going to be 180 degrees. So if I take my angle A right here, this angle right here, and my 117 right here, right? We know that those two should add up to 180 degrees right there. So I set up my equation as A plus the 117 is equal to 180 degrees, similar to what we did the day before. So we're going to find our angle A. So we're going to bring the 117 over to the other side by subtracting 117. And so angle A is equal to 63 degrees. Okay, now what do we know? Information-wise, can we find angle B or angle C? Well, I know that this is a triangle right here. So if I know this is a triangle, I know that triangle adds up to 180 degrees. So then I can take the information inside the triangle and say 63 degrees plus the 100 degrees is equal to 163 degrees. So given those information, I'm going to take 180 degrees, subtract it from 163, and get my angle B as 17 degrees. And so this right here is the information we know. So now we're just left with angle C. So let's go ahead and find angle C. So what do we know? We know in a straight line is 180 degrees. I know the angle B and angle C needs to add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and take away my 17 degrees from angle B, leaving me at 163. So angle C is equal to 163 degrees. So I found all the information that I need for this problem. Okay, last example, example 4. So there's a lot of pieces that we have information-wise and we're looking for as well. So we're looking for angle A, angle B, and also angle C. So what do we know? I know that this is a triangle right here. So in a triangle we have 180 degrees. I know I have 87 degrees and 50 degrees that is given, so that's going to give me 137 degrees. So taking this information, I'm going to subtract 180 degrees from 137, and that's going to give me 43 degrees. Okay? So what else do we know from here? We know that this little box right there tells me that it is a right angle. So the right angle, it equals to 90 degrees. So the two angles A and B needs to add up to 90 degrees. So if we found what angle B is, we can use that information to find out what angle A is. So 90 degrees minus 43 degrees is equal to 47 degrees. So angle A is 47 degrees. Okay. Now, how are we going to find angle C? So we know that this is a triangle right here. So in a triangle we said is 180 degrees. We're given the information of 68 degrees and 47 degrees, which adds up to 115 degrees. So given this information, we can take it away from 180 degrees and find that it is 65 degrees. So angle C is equal to 65 degrees. So this is the exercise that we're going to go ahead and do, is figure out what do we know. We're going to still use our 90 degrees and 180 degrees like we did with the angle, but now we're going to layer on is the triangle that we know. So we know that the triangle equals 180 degrees. So using that information now, we're going to go ahead and figure out the missing angles.